Hi, 143 fam. Welcome to channel 143. I'm Antonia. Thank you for being here. Each month, I give away 2 free readings to 2 winners. If you would like to be considered for a free reading, leave me a comment below your video. Let me know how you've connected with your video. Also, let me know that you have subscribed, and I will alert winners by April 30th. Now, let's jump into your April horoscopes. Hi, Gemini. This reading is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising for April 2019. I'm going to start with your general overview. Then I'm going to jump into your love reading. Timestamps will be down below. Gemini, April 2019. Okay, Gems. Okay. What are you leaving? Geminis are moving on from something to something new. It could be from somebody old to somebody new. This is a very positive transition. There's some sort of karmic debt, I'm feeling like, or maybe not even a karmic debt. It's just a karmic experience, Gemini, that you needed to have. But whatever you needed to learn from that karmic experience, you've learned it. And so it's done, okay? So now you move into this new chapter. What I'm hearing, what I just channeled, was a chapter of positivity, okay? Can that feel more beautiful? Sound more beautiful? So Geminis are collectively stepping into a new chapter of positivity. I love that. But I am feeling like you have to trust the process, okay? Because I'm getting a little bit of resistance. And I get it. Leaving something old, trusting that something bigger and better can come along for you, Gem. That takes a lot of trust, a lot of faith. That also takes a lot of confidence in yourself that you can handle that kind of transition. You can't, okay? Let's pull some cards. Gemini, April 2019. General energies. Ooh, all right, Gem. This is what you want to focus on. For April, really be conscious about what it is you're manifesting. And if you don't know what it is you're manifesting, you've got to circle back to those core values, really connecting to those bigger dreams, those thoughts, those visions that never seem to go away about that future, what that looks like for you. Get really clear with the universe as to what it is that you want to start bringing to fruition, or even new doors that you're trying to open in April, okay? Because you're getting that. You're definitely, wishes are being granted now, I'm hearing. Also be very conscious of the energy you're putting out, because for some of you, this doesn't apply to everybody, but for some of you, you have no idea what energy you're putting out, and you're not getting very positive results because of that, and it sort of feels like everything's going against you. However, if you really go deep internally, and you take ownership as to what kind of conversations you're having with the universe, and you recognize that maybe you are sort of subconsciously affirming negative things, and you have negative affirmations, negative conversations out there in the universe. For some of you, this definitely pertains to love. Oh, I never meet anybody that's worthwhile. Everybody's a waste of time. This dating, platform sucks, or I only attract these. It's those conversations, even though you are just trying to get that out of your system and you're connecting to friends or family, the universe is taking that in as though that's what you're affirming for your life. So just be conscious of what energy you're putting out there, especially the conversations you are having with the universe. That doesn't apply to all of you. For the majority of you, I'm feeling like you are very consciously putting out healthy affirmations, stating, affirming these beautiful messages for yourself. I am deserving of high level love. I am deserving of this career path that I'm passionate about, and the universe is providing that for you at this time, okay? You are stepping into this chapter of positivity. Sitting at the center of your reading, let's focus on service. For some of you, what it is that you're manifesting, it's a business, it's some sort of service that helps other people, and it's changing your life, or it's about to change your life. This is really big, Gemini. If you have a pull toward helping other people, trust that, run with that. Even if you start really small and it takes months or a couple years even to get something off the ground, if your intention at the core of it is truly to help other people, you're golden, okay? Really big energy around that. And that's been coming up for Geminis, okay, for quite a while. But this sits at the center of the reading. Yeah, change in direction, okay? So what ended, Gemini? We started the reading with that question. What ended, Gemini? It's so beautiful. You just have to trust it. For some of you, it was a relationship. For others of you, this card always comes up when someone is moving, okay? So you may be moving from one company to another company. You may have physically moved your home. It could still be within the same city. You may have just made a huge move. For some of you, I'm feeling like you just moved cross country. It's so good for you. But even if it's a smaller scale move, it's just that you're getting back into the flow of divine energy, that divine flow. That's what this move allows you to do. And that's why you're about to experience, or you are already experiencing, this new chapter of positivity. I mean, you really should be feeling it now, gems. There's been this new energy showing up for Gemini for the last couple of months, okay? And it's really caught Gemini by surprise. I'm a Gemini sun, I get it. But this energy, it's here and it has showed up permanently, Gem. I mean, it's here for a really long time. There are permanent changes now that will affect you for the rest of your life that are so positive. Breakthroughs in career, breakthroughs in love. There was such resistance there for Geminis in the years prior because Geminis collectively still had to learn really core values. Self-esteem, self-love, but there were so many lessons Geminis had to learn individually, collectively, and there was a karmic element attached to that. It was very powerful, but it was also very painful at times. Gemini, it's over. It's over. So if you have attachment to that, spend time in April letting it go. Call on Archangel Michael to help you cut energy cords. Offer people forgiveness that you really never thought you could ever forgive. It's time to let go of the past. This change in direction is about changing your entire life from the inside out. For so many of you, Gemini, you already know what I'm talking about, okay? But this, helping other people, yes, Gemini, you are being called to help other people. That's not some sort of fantasy thought that's coming up because it makes your heart feel good. It's universe asking you to answer that call. So you really are going to have to trust that message if that's coming through for you, Gems. Let's get some clarifiers here. So we're consciously manifesting, okay, and doing a damn good job with all this beautiful energy. But also understand that there is, I mean, truly, Gemini, this isn't just on an individual level. This is collective, okay? There is this truly blessed energy around Geminis, and I promise you, it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. It's like we haven't really scratched the surface yet. But we almost kind of feel like collectively, like, oh, this is good. Okay, I appreciate this, thinking that this is the best it's going to get because we've had such challenging years prior. That is over. We are now scratching the surface of this new chapter of positivity, and it's just something really exciting, Gemini. What do you desire? For some of you, it's children, okay? Children is clarifying. What I'm also feeling that's going to be really important for you, Gems. For those of you who already have children, what is it that you want for your kids? I'm feeling for some of you, the letting go of somebody had to do with a partner. It could be their mother or their father that you separated from. How do you want this to look for your children? How can you make this transition a positive one for them? If you have doubts as to whether or not your children can handle a divorce or a separation now, knowing that you're truly making the best decision for everybody, this is a message for you that not only are your children going to be okay, but they're learning something really positive about self-love through this process that they're watching you go through. Especially for those of you that are stepping out of toxic relationships, your children are learning the value of self-love. So if that is not a positive affirmation that you've made the right decision, I don't know what is. We'll get more into love in the next spread. But get clear on what it is that you want in terms of your career, but also in terms of family. That's going to be big for you, Gem, okay? Even if it's that you want a family, when would you like that to see that come to fruition? And this is also not just speaking with the universe about what it is that you desire, but also having the courage to bring up to a partner, look, I want to have children. Can we do that this year? Can we plan that out over the next few years? Where are you at with that? You know, in your life, do you feel ready? It's those kinds of conversations are going to come up for you too. Focus on service, sitting at the center of your reading, is being clarified by blessing in disguise. I'm telling you, Gemini, anything that ended needed to go. End of story. It is such a blessing in disguise that even though you went through something so difficult, perhaps, now you're showing up ready to help people because you have this kind of strength that most people don't even know how to tap into. You can guide people, you lead people, you heal people, Gemini. I feel like the water signs get so much credit for being healers, and water signs are phenomenal healers. It's just, they're so intuitive, it's just so natural for them. But you know, Gemini, I have known more Gemini healers than even water signs, okay? So don't downplay that in your own life. If you feel a pull toward helping other people, you gotta run with it now. There's something big there for you. And it's a soul purpose, it's a life purpose. But I am hearing money. This is something that you could actually transition into full time. I am feeling though, Gemini, if you're feeling drawn toward a holistic business, something more spiritual, or whatever it is. I'm hearing psychology too. Whatever it is that you're doing to help other people, start small and let it build gradually so that you don't get overwhelmed. Okay, we're getting the ground yourself card, so don't get overwhelmed. It's time to connect to Mother Nature, ease some of those anxieties, and try not to rush it, but it will build. It will probably build quicker than you had anticipated, but don't rush that momentum. You're going to have to trust it. So each time you're seeing, okay, I've hit another milestone here. I have a few more clients than I did last month, or we're making a little more money this month than last month. Show gratitude for that. Through and through. That's how you're going to see this come to fruition a little quicker for you, to maybe even transition out of a current career into something brand new. For some of you, this is a career that is your career. You are entrepreneurs. And let's just drill this in. Energy work, Gemini. Gemini, I'm telling you, Geminis make phenomenal healers. Many of you will also have water in your chart, okay? So that will be amplified, but you are being called to help people at this time. Also, Gemini, for my empaths especially, and especially for the healers out there, look, this applies to me too. We do such great work for other people, but we also have to make time to heal ourselves. So if you do not do energy work, be reaching out to someone who can help you and do some energy work for you. But I'm feeling like Geminis need to be doing some healing on themselves, but in the realm of energy healing. It's not to say other holistic forms of healing won't be beneficial. Absolutely, this can go hand in hand. But it's more than just cleansing. So you probably want to start there with some sea salt baths, okay? But energy work is going to be really powerful for Gemini so that they can be a clear conduit now to help other people. Bottom of the deck, Gem. Beautiful message, right? See only love, especially in those situations and those people that had to go. Forgive them. Work on it this month. Really let that energy go. See the love and see these hidden blessings, okay? You learn something big. You learn something powerful from anyone and everything that has now exited, or if you are about to step away from someone or something, do it with love, okay? We have beautiful messages here. Joy, Gem. Okay, do you see what's in store? Most powerful. Let's just hold that up. This is Archangel Michael coming through. Gemini, you're good. You're in perfect hands. Archangel Michael is very powerful. Okay, Gems, let's jump into love. Geminis in love. April 2019. Geminis in love. I'm still feeling a lot of energy around children for you, Gemini. Some of you are hesitant to step out of a relationship with someone that you have children with, not because you think you can't handle it, not because you think they can't handle it, not because you kind of have second doubts and you're not sure if it's the right decision. It really just comes down to you being afraid that it will have a negative impact on your children. Spirit wants you to know, and this comes through very strong. If you're connecting to that message, this is for you, okay? If you're in that situation, there's a lesson in self-love that your children will learn through you going through that process, but they know it's toxic. They know it's unhealthy. Staying in the toxic environment will be more unhealthy for your kids than stepping away from it, okay? I know that is not an easy process, okay? I send you so much love and light to whomever is connecting with that and going through that, but everything's going to be okay. Your children are a lot stronger than you realize, but they're also more conscious of the issues, okay? They're not oblivious. They're not just little kids playing in the room and they have no idea that, you know, their parents are really struggling. They're hearing conversations. They know more than you realize. And that's why it's so important for them to see you make decisions out of self-love so that you can now create a healthier environment again for you and for your kids, even if it has to be separate from another parent. I actually see that resolving for you, though, it'll be more peaceful than you think is possible. I see people co-parenting really, really well. But love and light to those of you going through that. I know that is just incredibly difficult. But okay, gems. Gemini in love. April 2019. Gemini in love. Ooh, this is already popping. Stay optimistic, okay? Especially if you had to let go of somebody or you're going through a difficult time. Full resolution is here, okay? In April, we're past the retrograde. So a lot of karmic scenarios showed up during the retrograde. And that's a given. That often happens during Mercury retrograde, especially for Geminis. Miscommunications maybe cause some issues with potential partners, current partners. It's all getting resolved. It's really, really important, though, that you think high-vibing thoughts. You're putting out high-vibing affirmations consciously and on the regular, but stay positive, okay? Love is here for you. I'm really feeling this really blessed, true love energy. I mean, Gemini. Right? Who does this apply to? This isn't just one person, right? It's coming up in both of the readings. Children, they're on your mind. They're on your mind, and they should be on your mind. You're doing the right things, Gem. I just heard, Gemini, you are a great parent. Do you have doubts? Gemini having some doubts around whether or not they're making decisions that are of the highest good for their kids, whether they're being a good role model right now. Gemini. You got to let that go. I have to get this card for you that flew. Try to let that go, gems, okay? Because I'm not just feeling, but I'm hearing. Sorry, regrouping here, gems. But I'm hearing this message of what a beautiful parent you are to your kids and how strong and how loving and how stable you are, okay? So if you have doubts around that, gotta let it go. Children being followed by wedding. So there are a few different messages that come through for Gemini here. First one, right? Some of you are going to go through a divorce. Children are involved. There is peace here, especially if you keep the energy around it really high vibing. There is a peaceful resolution. I'm seeing a healthy balance. I'm hearing the words healthy balance. So in terms of custody, there's a healthy balance there. But for those of you that are not connecting to that message, and that message is not for you, the other message that is coming through with children and marriage is that this is what you want, and this is what is showing up for you in the very near future, Gemini. Some of you may be finding out before the end of April or by the time you get into May that you're about to be a parent, that you're expecting or a partner is expecting. And for some of you, you've been trying for a long time and you've been having some issues, but you have success now. You have success now. There was a reason for that. Again, there are karmic issues that have been showing up for Gemini, but they're getting resolved. Okay, the most beautiful card just flew, but they're like flying all over the place. All right, gems. This is why we stay optimistic. We stay optimistic about love because you're calling in your soulmate. For so many of you, this person is already here. This is why now you're having conversations about children, because this is the person you've always been destined to have a family with. This person, for those of you who already have children, and you're meeting new partners or a new partner just came in into your life, they're so positive for your kids. I know that was a message that came through big time for Leos last month, that there's a fated partner that is not only destined to come in and change up things for you in the most loving way imaginable, but they're actually fated for your partner. Gemini, I'm getting that message for you. So there may be a crossover between Geminis and Leos. But this person's here. If you're still single, this person's on their way to you. That's why it is so important to have good energy out there. But for those of you who are also now concerned about being in a new relationship because you've gone through a divorce, how will that impact your children? Look, you're going to have to weed through some people, okay? But There's someone so beautiful that is meant to now step in. They'll be so loving and kind to you, but they'll also be loving and kind to your children. They will be a great role model. Also, Gemini, if you're dating somebody or you meet somebody with children, you are that for them. Okay, these messages go both ways. Sitting at the center of your reading, right, we have children. The dominant energy here for you guys, but forgiving and learning is the clarifier here. Let it go, Gemini. If you felt like you did something wrong to your kids by getting out of a marriage that was toxic for both you and your partner at that time, it's time to let that go. It's time to exercise self-love. Not only are your children okay, but again, they learned a powerful message. As they get older, they will know that it's okay to step out of relationships, even if there's commitment there, but to step out of relationships that don't serve their highest good anymore. They will step out of relationships that are toxic. They may be able to do that at a quicker pace now because you showed them through that act of self-love for you, for your children even. They will now be able to do that for themselves at a younger age. So maybe they'll get out of toxic relationships before there are major commitments like marriage and children in place, okay? So there's just something really, really, really powerful and positive around what you showed your children by stepping out of something that wasn't of your highest good. And so it's time to let it go. For those of you who feel like, and this will only apply to a very, very small percentage of Gemini. This is not an overall collective message, but some of you are holding on to some guilt from something. I'm feeling like you were traveling a lot for work, and I'm getting abandonment, okay? But it wasn't outright, you just up and left your kids. I'm feeling like someone was traveling a lot for work, and you missed your children, and maybe they came to you and said, Mom, Dad, I miss you, please don't go. These could be little children still communicating this to you, and you have so much guilt around feeling like you abandoned your kids. Gemini, we have bills to pay. We all have careers. It's okay to take some time away from your kids. I know that you're doing a great job because that's what Spirit is showing me. So the guilt that you're holding on to, even if you genuinely did something wrong, then make amends for it now. Step up and say, look, I'm going to own this full responsibility here. I'm going to make it better, even if it takes time to do that. You'll get that healing and you'll get that forgiveness that you need. But it is time to stop harboring guilt and second guessing yourself. Okay? Gemini, the majority of you, the message here is that you're a beautiful parent. Archangel Michael showed up in the first spread, letting you know that everything's okay. You're being protected, your kids, your family. Wow, 2 cards just popped at the same time, and this is your message. Gemini, I could basically leave you with this. We have wedding here, okay? We have wedding, and this is going to apply for those of you who are single. This is the energy that's about to come in. For those of you in committed relationships, and it's super healthy, do you see this? We have clarifying wedding and this beautiful commitment. We have religious factors. For most of you, that's going to be a deep spiritual connection. Why? They're your true love. It is this huge energy of love. It just comes through for you guys. Big time. Big time. This is coming through last month, the month prior, but there's something more grounded now. This isn't necessarily the beginning stages for the majority of you. For the majority of you, this person has already arrived. If you're cross-watching and your partner is Gemini, look, this is who you are to them. This is who you are to them and they are to you. You guys are true loves. And this is something you can trust. For those of you, again, you don't have children and that's not what that child-focused conversation is for you or energy is for you. The message here is that you're starting a family. We have true love. We have soulmate, okay? And this is what the outcome is for you, Gemini. We also have this in the previous deck. This is really, really big for gems. So let me get you a crowning card here, Gemini, to sum this all up. Beautiful. If you're single, this is what you are calling in. You are attractive, Gemini, because you have worked on that good energy and people feel it. You are calling in multiple partners. If you're single, you're calling in multiple partners. Again, They're going to have to weed through a few of them. They're not all going to be of your highest good, but one of them will be. If you are currently in a committed relationship and things are good, okay, so you're not thinking of stepping away from anybody. No, you know this is your true love, and you're talking about children and marriage now. That joy that you're feeling, okay, it is like almost overwhelming joy. It is overflowing into all areas of your life, and it's attracting that same kind of energy, that same joyful energy in other areas now. So you have this abundance of love that is changing your life, and you're talking about marriage and children. You may already have a family, you may already be married, but you're feeling so good about it. That joy, that love is now helping you manifest in your career at that high level too. New friends coming into your life. I feel Geminis pulling in massive blessings. It's like the universe. Sometimes the universe shows up and says, look, I've got all these gifts for you. I want to shower you with abundance and love and prosperity and health and great friendships and family and everything you want. I want to give this to you. Oh, but wait, you're not exercising free will. It's cool. I'll wait. It's like I always get this vision of someone wrapping and placing gifts, like piles of gifts outside of somebody's front door, and they're right there. All you have to do is open the door, but some people don't open the door. We've all been guilty of that. And at some point, universe goes, all right, I waited, I was patient. If you really don't want this, I'll just clear this energy again. Allow it all the way in. But I'm feeling Geminis, not only are you opening the door, not only are you like unwrapping all your gifts in some like crazy manic fashion, you're like attacking that shit, but it's like Geminis. Have you ever seen like a little kitty or like a dog roll around in wrapping paper? As ridiculous as that is, like Gemini, you're rolling around the wrapping paper, you're not just like locked door, I could go get those gifts, but I don't know if I deserve it. It's like Gemini, you've now stepped back into the flow of life. That's what this is. That's why you are so attractive. But you are also so attractive in stepping back into that flow of life because your self-love is intact. If you are a Gemini and you are still struggling with calling all of this in, you're still struggling with calling in new love, you've got to work on that self-love. It's key. The second you start having healthier boundaries, the second you start affirming really beautiful things, I am deserving of love, okay? That's the best one, the biggest one. Universe, I'm so grateful for this abundance of high-level love coming into my life. Having that energy out there, but truly coming from a place of self-love. And for some of you gems, you still have to work on healthier boundaries, okay? But it's a work in progress. You're doing really well. But you do that, and you conquer that, and you commit to that. You call this beautiful love all the way. And let's just hold this up one more time. No, let's do this. Let's do this, okay? Do you see what is coming into your life? If this is here for you, Gemini, you got to trust that this beautiful partner isn't going anywhere. They want this. Gemini, they want this with you. This is not like a one-sided, oh, I kind of want to marry them, or I want to have children and they're not ready. I'm feeling for Gemini, your partner may be more ready for this than you. They've just been waiting. And you're like, oh, you're the gifts that universe piled outside of my door. Yeah, I'm going to open that and like attack you and like roll around on the floor now. Okay, no, not like totally appropriate, but you know what I'm saying, Gemini? It's really that high-level love and the high-level joy, and there's a lot of playful energy here, too. Let's peek at the bottom of the deck. Okay, bottom. You see? It's beautiful across the board. Gemini, I'm going to leave you with this. I love you guys. I will be back mid-month for your mid-month love readings. My availability has started to go really quickly for individual readings and for healing sessions. I do still have availability. I'm trying to open up my schedule a little bit more to accommodate. Please reach out to me. Understand that I may not be able to do like a 24-hour turnaround, but I will do my best to accommodate. I love connecting with you guys. So grateful that you're here on my channel. Love you, gems. Enjoy this. Make sure you leave me a comment down below and subscribe if you'd like to be considered for a free reading. Sending you so much love, so much light. I will be back April 15th. Love you guys. Ciao.